Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Taylor Benterud. I started an agency called BetterAMS when I was 19 years old. It's grown into an almost 20-person agency that does roughly $160,000 per month. With that being said, I make videos on this channel to help you scale your agency faster, regardless if you're an agency owner, freelancer, consultant, yada, yada, yada. I want to talk to you today in this video about how you can sign your first client for whatever service it is that you want to provide, whether it's social media management or a billion other services that you could provide, even if you have no results and testimonials. So there's three major problems that we're going to discuss in this video. Number one is imposter syndrome, which you're going to feel very intensely. Number two, convincing someone to trust you despite having no results. And number three, what to say if they ask you for testimonials and yet you have none. So these are the three problems we're going to solve by talking about, one, pricing strategies to mitigate risk, and two, what to say to the prospect when they ask you for testimonials and you don't have any results. So we're going to address these three problems through these two valuable things that we're going to discuss. So first of all, let's get into pricing strategies. When you have imposter syndrome, it's likely due to the fact that you don't really have a lot of experience, you don't have a proven track record, you don't have results offering this as a service, so you're just starting out and you feel like you're kind of an imposter, pitching a service to somebody who on the other end thinks that you're an expert, but you don't feel like an expert. These are the things that are causing imposter syndrome. We can mitigate the imposter syndrome by having a optimal pricing strategy. So one of those pricing strategies is paying end of month. Meaning instead of trying to get them to be an upfront paying customer right away, you can say to the prospect, hey, look, if you are not happy with the results of the services of us working together, that's fine. You don't have to pay me. There's a money back guarantee. And just to show you that I'm committed to helping you, grow whatever it is that you're doing for them, you don't have to pay me until the end of the month. So there's really no risk for you whatsoever. That's one pricing strategy you can do. Now, in doing this, again, you should feel more confident on the phone when you're talking to the prospect because, again, you're not asking them for $3,000 up front. You're asking them for $3,000 at the end of the month if they're happy. And yes, you should give them a full guarantee refund if they don't, or just ability to not pay you, right? You don't even need to say refund because this is, if they're not happy, they don't pay. So it's a really seamless pricing strategy that you can use to mitigate risk and mitigate mitigate imposter syndrome and mitigate risk from the prospect who is looking at you as an expert that may not, even though you may not feel like an expert. The second pricing strategy you can use is performance, which is, hey, you only have to pay me if, you only have to pay me X if we achieve Y. So you only have to pay me, let's say, 3% of advertising sales of your account based on the campaigns that we launch if the ACoS or ROAS is within this range. That's a technical way to describe the service that we provide in our industry, but for you it might be something like, hey, if you're a conversion rate optimization specialist, you only have to pay me $2,000 for this new landing page if you see that your opt-in rate has doubled. Something simple like that. So that's also something where you can do, end of month or whatever, because it's basically the only time the prospect's paying you is if you get the result. And typically the result takes a little bit of time, right? So that's why I just say the second bullet there is pay EOM. The third thing we have is first month free and pay beginning of second month. This is very similar to the top two, except in the sense that it's just restructuring it. You're saying, hey, look, you only have to pay me at the end of the first month, and I would also give them a guarantee. So it's similar to the end of month payment, except you're just saying it as, I'll give you the first month free. It's really the exact same thing, except a little bit different in terms of how you're wording it. So these pricing strategies, again, why are they so important? Because they are mitigating the risk in the prospect's mind, and they're allowing you to have less imposter syndrome because, again, you're not asking for any money and you're going to have to prove yourself. And only once you get them results are they going to pay you, which should mitigate all the imposter syndrome that is coming out of whatever is going on in your mind. Because again, imposter syndrome usually comes from when you're acting as someone that you're not. But in this case, if you price your services like this, you're only getting paid if you end up, achieving the result, which is the person that you're trying to be like, right? If you're trying to be an expert in Amazon advertising or an expert in conversion rate optimization, you're actually only going to get paid if you do achieve some type of result or they're happy with the result. That's pretty straightforward. Let's talk about objection handling. So what do you actually say if they say, you know, I want to see some testimonials, I want to see some referrals? The biggest thing that I can say everybody should do in this scenario is leverage your knowledge, okay? Because again, you are the expert, you're talking to them, they're talking to you, and you're talking about a subject that you have more experience and knowledge in. So what I would recommend you say is, let's imagine that we're on the phone together and you're the prospect and I'm the person offering the services and I have no experience. Again, I'm a conversion rate optimization specialist. I'm talking to you and you say, hey, Taylor, I want to see some testimonials from, case studies that you've done from previous work. I would say, hey, John, whatever your name is, look, I'm actually just starting out. So I don't have any testimonials right now, but I've invested a ridiculous amount of time and energy into training directly with John or whoever it is, right? Let's just name the person that you've learned the most from. In my case, when I was starting out, it was this guy named Brian. So I'm going to say I spent a ridiculous amount of time and energy training directly with Brian, and he is actually one of the top leading experts in Amazon advertising. He has 3 years of experience. He's spent tens of millions of dollars, and I've actually worked with him one-on-one to be able to learn the strategies that I need to learn to be able to deliver results on your type of account, which is also why I'm willing to offer X pricing, because it reduces the risk for you. So only if I get results for you are you gonna have to pay me. So that's my response. That's pretty straightforward. I really like that, and I think that it doesn't really matter what you say. You could say a total different variation of that, as long as you have confidence in your tonality and that you truly believe that, hey, if this person does work with you, there is a high chance that you're going to be able to deliver on the result that the prospect wants if you guys were to work together. So just a quick recap of everything that we've gone through. Again, the problems that we're solving here with signing your first client is imposter syndrome, convincing someone to trust you even though you have no results or very little experience, and what to say if they ask for testimonials. The solution to this is, one, find out a really good pricing structure that makes sense. I just gave you 3 in this video. 2, make sure you have somebody that's actually a great mentor that can show you how to provide the service that it is that you're going to provide. That'll give you a lot of confidence because you can also call upon them and use their name and their experience and leverage their knowledge as your testimonial. And number 3, just having a ready response. So just have it scripted out, because typically, the fear of them asking for testimonials when you have none can really trip you up if you don't have a ready response for when they ask for it. So just have a ready response. You can copy the template that I showed you in the previous slide. So ladies and gents, if you have any questions on this, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm more than happy to respond to you. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. Hey friend, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to watch another one that's extremely valuable, I just selected it for you, and you can check it out by clicking it right there on the other side of the screen across from my face. All right, friend, enjoy. Thanks for watching the channel.